All right. Let's get into it. It's Friday.
It is. And welcome back, everybody, to another edition of the Warfighter Tobacco Podcast. It is post-election,
Pre-fight.
Pre-3D cigar event.
Yeah.
It's going to be fun. And we found out some new stuff about our mixing board. So if we sound different today, let me know. But one of the cool things that I just found out that we can do now is this.
You can hear the cigar.
You can hear me take a drag out of the cigar.
That tickled a part of my brain that I liked. That was nice. Usually I have to spend hours searching for sound effects like that. Now I can just come in here.
So previous to recording, we were talking about a couple things and decided, you know what, let's put this live. Or not live, but let's start recording.
Yeah.
So that way we're not wasting the fresh thoughts that we have in our head.
I was saying that across my feed, I see Jake Paul, Mike Tyson, like fighting already. Video of them already in the ring fighting, and it's like hasn't happened yet.
Yeah.
And so it must be AI.
Especially if I was a boxing promoter, part of my promotion wouldn't be, hey, let's get these guys that are about to fight. Let's have them spar together and let's put the video out.
I'm sure that didn't happen.
No, I don't think that's ever happened. But yeah, I mean, so that like the AI deepfake video trash that's out there, because it's all I can say about it.
It actually took over a couple weeks ago, and Kamal actually did win. But it's all been AI.
It's like
up until now, it's all been AI. So you can.
So it's the show, The Man in the High Castle. Is that just about AI?
Yeah. You just took way too many mushrooms like a week ago.
Right.
You'll wake up, I promise.
But no, like during the election cycle, I was seeing videos and there were AI spoof videos of like Biden.
Yeah.
And he's like swearing and talking, trash about, somebody. And it's just like, the worst part about it is the population in this country is stupid enough that there's people out there that believe those AI spoof videos.
I like to think there's not a lot of people that,
but there are.
But there are. It's a number,
and it's just like, how do we get here?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I don't know if AI is going to be good or bad. I think it's going to be not good. So
I've always said, for pretty much since we were in the military, so about 25 years now, that technology is going to be the downfall of this planet.
Yeah,
and the AI stuff it's very interesting. There's definitely useful spots for it. But then we're humans. You have those people that are like, how much chaos can I cause with this? Right. How can I disrupt everything with AI? Like, how can I use this to my personal advantage and not for, just humankind? Mm-hmm. So we'll see. We'll see how it all plays out.
Justin, that's your next task. Like, you had to learn design work and you had to learn some other stuff here. But I want you to master AI, right? And we're going to start an OnlyFans that's going to be nothing but AI just to generate money.
I could see that making a lot of money. Yeah.
I think that's actually probably a thing that already happens, but we need to be in on it.
Absolutely.
So, yeah. Look for those.
Yeah. I'm not mad at that.
No.
Yeah. That's it.
There's got to be a way to figure that out. So,
yeah.
You get enough, start taking requests like a DJ.
Yeah. It's AI. Just figure out how to do it and turn it loose,
Now, AI is my favorite AI videos, though, are the ones where they take, like the one I saw yesterday was a sushi roll that turned into a lizard.
Oh, yeah. Some of those are pretty cool.
Yeah.
I just try to send those to friends late at night because I'm like, God, I hope you're absolutely baked right now. And this just sends you over the ledge. Like,
there's some of those that I've seen that are like, I got to watch them like 2 or 3 times because I'm like, man, this is good.
Yeah. like a lot with snakes for some reason that turn into shit, or shit turns into snakes, and it's
or
like
alligators.
Yeah, it's weird, right?
Yeah, I've seen a bunch of alligator ones. I mean, those kind of AI videos I'm totally okay with. But when you have like the sitting president of the United States,
right?
And it's just like, I don't know. I mean, should it be illegal? No.
I want a video of all of Congress sitting there, and then they actually turn into the lizard people that they are. Like that would be an amazing AI video.
That would be really good.
Like there's a mirror, and like the video just pans past the mirror, and it's all of Congress and like these lizard people fucking. Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
There's got to be a way to make it happen.
Yeah.
I know there's some AI video platforms now that are essentially it's text based. You type in like, hey, turn this apple into an orange or whatever, and it just does it. I know Adobe Premiere, the suite that I use for all the video editing and everything.
Yeah.
They've got a thing now where you just slide the video to the right and it'll just generate more footage for you.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
I haven't played with it yet, so I'll maybe at the tail end of this I'll see what it does.
Yeah.
And we'll throw a little AI on the end of this, but it's crazy what everything can do now.
Yeah.
With just the few strokes of a keyboard.
Yeah, it'll be interesting.
Who do y'all have? I think this is the most people have gone 50-50 on a Jake Paul fight.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Like I'm not like cheering for anyone. I'm a fan of both of the, like obviously Mike Tyson's a fucking a legend, right?
Yeah.
And but Jake Paul, what he's doing is kind of cool. You look at how he's doing his businesses and how his promotions and shit like that for this kind of stuff.
Well, did you ever think that we'd be sitting here on a Warfighter Tobacco podcast talking about boxing?
Right. No.
Like Jake Paul is doing phenomenal things for the sport of boxing.
I really, really want to watch this fight.
Yeah.
But I don't care who wins, and I don't really know who to cheer for.
Yeah.
I just want it to be entertaining.
I want Mike Tyson to win.
Yeah.
But I believe that Jake Paul is going to win. And one of the reasons why I want Mike Tyson to win, and I know it's going to sound really messed up, but I don't want to watch an old man get the shit beat out of him.
I don't think that'll happen.
I don't know.
I don't think he's going to get the I don't think if anybody's going to get the shit beat out of him, I think it's going to be Jake Paul.
I don't know.
But my actual opinion on it is it's going to be a pretty good fight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'll definitely be entertaining.
Yeah, it'll be
to say the least.
Even if it's over in 2 seconds, it'll be like, oh, that was awesome.
Right.
Like I can't believe that happened.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. But it's going on this Friday. This evening, actually, if you're listening to this on Friday.
Yeah.
But we will be at 3D Cigars in Colorado Springs starting at 5 p.m. on Friday. So if you're in the Colorado area and you're listening to this and you didn't hear about our event, come hang out with us.
Yeah.
We're doing a big charity event for a Veterans Day. Thing with 3Ds in Colorado Springs, we're going to be benefiting Honor Flight of I think Southeast Colorado and Warfighter Scuba. So we'll have some silent auction fundraiser items. And then obviously we're doing our cigar promos and stuff that we have there. The more you buy, the more fun stuff you get. So come on down.
Yeah, it'll be good.
Yeah. And then we have a quick turnaround trip though.
Yeah.
We fly Friday and we come back Saturday.
Yeah.
Yep. And I'm just glad that they got snow 2 weeks ago and not this while we're going to be there.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm looking forward to getting out there again. So
no, it's going to be really fun. So PCA has been rolling out a bunch of videos or live feed stuff in webinars that they've been doing. They're talking about how the election could impact the cigar industry.
I haven't seen any of that. So.
I caught the tail end of one today. I caught the last 10 minutes of it. And they're bringing up some really good stuff. They're talking about the potential, I wouldn't really say deregulation, but the new administration moving towards reducing regulations,
right?
And how it could potentially affect pros and cons.
Yeah.
The premium cigar industry, especially when it comes down to tying in, the flavored tobacco, the bans that they have proposed and stuff like that. And then, they're fresh keeping the generational bans in talks.
Yeah.
Because there's countries around the world that are actively enacting it. There's states in this country that have enacted it. So it is something that, even though there's not something being pursued currently that we know of, on the regulatory side of it, we do have to pay attention and make sure that we're like, hey guys, you're not doing this, right?
Right. Or even being offensive, because that's the thing that I think, everybody works on defense, but offensively,
I feel like this is a perfect time to be offensive.
Yes. Let's start a bill that prevents a lifetime ban law being put in place.
Or that just exempts premium cigars.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
they do the tax caps, right? So certain states will approve, X number of percentage or dollar for a cigar tax, but then they'll, as a compromise, they cap it at, say, 50 cents or something.
Yeah. So it doesn't look like they're reducing their tax rates.
Right.
They're just reducing what
the maximum it can be.
And so, and I'm just using these numbers as an example. They're not true for any state that I know of off the top of my head. But let's say a state charges 60% tax, right? So they have to pay 60% of their wholesale cost.
Right.
Which could potentially be, $3-4 a cigar, depending on the cost of the cigar.
Yep.
And let's say the state capped it at 50 cents. So instead of having to pay $3 or $4 in tax, you're only paying 50 cents per cigar.
Right.
But the state can still say, well, we tax our tobacco products 60%.
Yeah.
No, cool story, bro. You really only take in 50 cents.
Right. But that's how negotiations and compromise, I think, are supposed to work, stuff like that.
Because if they came out the gate and were like, we're only going to pay 50 cents tax max per cigar, they're going to be like, yeah, right, that's cute. We're going to charge you 60%. But if you let them charge 60%, then you negotiate down, it feels like they win. And then the other side actually wins.
Yeah.
Politics, it's a pain in the ass. You got to find something that you can relate with. You got to find a way to compromise. And most of the time you don't get remotely close to what you want.
Yeah. And usually, yeah. And everybody hates to compromise.
Mm-hmm. I just hope that, if they're starting to do away with stuff, they do away with stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because if let's say potentially they're going to, put tariffs on products that are imported from outside the U.S. That includes where 99% of the cigars are made.
Right.
But if they get rid of S-chip,
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
it might, yeah.
Then we're still back at, roughly back at square one. We're just not paying one tax and we're paying a tariff instead. Yeah. But yeah. Or give us a tariff, but charge less on other places.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. Hopefully there's smarter people than us that can make those decisions. I don't know. I'm looking at Trump's cabinet picks that he's putting in. I'm pretty happy with most of them, like Tulsi Gabbard being the intelligence, that one makes sense to me.
There's a lot of them that you're like, yeah. Yeah, I could see that. I see why you picked them. Yeah.
So we'll see. I'm a little got a little optimism in me.
Right. Couple more months. Yeah, it'll be interesting, especially with the Elon and
Vivek.
Yeah, the Doge, the Department of Government Efficiency.
Yeah. That one I'm very much excited for.
That one I think is going to be awesome because they literally have a deadline.
Yeah.
He's like, you too. Go balls to the wall until, I can't remember the date. I want to say it was like July of 2026 or something like that. It was like 18 months.
Yeah.
This is all you get, and then you're out.
Well, oh, really?
Yeah. Oh. This is it. You get this long to put all this into effect, and then you're done.
Yeah.
Yep. Now, who knows if that's really how it's going to work or not.
Yeah.
But I did hear something that was hilarious on MSNBC about that specifically.
Yeah.
Because the administration, Trump's team put that out, and it was like a formal statement, explaining everything and the dates and the timelines and whatnot. And so MSNBC took that, and the part that they ran with was that date, and they're like, so you have the richest man in the world and somebody else who knows nothing about politics, and they're the first two that are going to get fired from the Trump camp or the Trump administration. And that's all they kept going back on. They're the first two that are going to go. And it's just like, Are you serious?
Yeah.
Like, oh man, okay. Yeah.
It's not good. They said they're the first that are going to be fired.
Mm-hmm.
That is not a true statement. I guarantee you. I guarantee.
Well, it's because they had a hard deadline. This is it. We're only using you for 18 months.
Right.
You know, and but it was just funny that MSNBC, that's the part that they focused on. It's not fraud, waste, and abuse. It's not curbing government spending. It's not getting the budget under control. It's not any of the actual points of why they're doing this. It's, oh, well, these guys are going to get fired first.
Yeah.
And it's just like, guys, you do not want us to succeed? You don't want this country to get better? Like, right. Why?
Yeah. Do you not believe your government wastes money? Like, that would be retarded as well. Oh, and I think I can say that now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Both parts.
Yeah. Yeah, so hopefully stuff turns around.
Right.
But
Justin, we got any questions from the last thing we recorded?
We have not.
Okay.
We've not gotten any questions. We got a bunch of happy commenters though. People are enjoying the show.
Yeah.
Which is awesome. We love hearing that. But if you do have any questions for the guys, whether it's YouTube or Spotify, drop it down below. Let us know.
Yeah, we're in that weird period where there's really nothing going on. Everybody's gearing up for Black Friday and Christmas.
Yeah.
We got a handful of events going on, but this is the season where it's just like, leave me alone, I'm working.
Yeah.
But yeah, do you know why Black Friday is called Black Friday?
Ooh. Does it have anything to do with Walmart videos?
No.
Okay, then I don't know.
So Black Friday got dubbed Black Friday because collectively, it's about that time of year
I do know. Yeah,
where
I got you.
businesses' balance sheets start to go into the black, meaning they're not losing money anymore. It took them this long to get over the curve, to be profitable. And so the Black Friday sale is that day where it kind of, pushes the businesses over that cusp from being in the red to being in the black.
Right.
But I appreciate it that it's like a month before Christmas.
Yeah.
Because it's like, okay, I can get almost all my Christmas shopping done on this day. You know what I mean? And
do you think that's true though? That most businesses go from red to black?
Historically, from what I've read about it, because when I first heard about that, and I'm like, no way, and then I kind of did a little deep dive into it. And then I realized that it is kind of true, just, overall, margins for the year.
I could see maybe before like Amazon and online shopping came around that like if department stores,
like an in-store
had like inventory they needed to get rid of and stuff like that. But now you almost have to order extra inventory to have the sale.
Right. Like, well, that, and you got to think like Black Friday, up until, I don't know, probably the past 5 years, Black Friday was a 1-day event.
Yeah.
It is not 2 months worth of sales.
Right.
Like you go on Amazon right now and they have pre-Black Friday sales.
Yeah. I already ordered some
right.
Yeah.
And same with Home Depot and any of these big box stores, anybody that has a massive online platform, they're going to try to extend this as long as they possibly can.
Yeah.
But traditionally it was only Friday. And then when websites started catching on and people started, shopping more and more online, then you had your Black Friday, which was an in-store event. And then you had Cyber Monday,
right,
which was like, oh, I can order online now and I get a discount. And then now it's just, you get 2 months of sales. But so we try to stay traditional with Warfighter. So we do a Black Friday 1-day sale. And it is, if you have people you need to shop for Christmas, that's the day you might want to do it. Yeah. But like, I remember when I was young, I was probably, I don't know, 15 or 16. And I was at my grandparents in New York State, like upstate New York. And we were out there for, Thanksgiving time frame. And for Black Friday, we went to like 2 or 3 different stores.
Yeah.
And they'd open at like 6 a.m. and we show up like right at 6. We're like, oh, we're going to be the first ones. And there's a line of like 200 people waiting to get in. And it's like, what is going on? But it's because they had things called doorbusters.
Yeah.
The first 50 people in get this deal or this free product or, whatever it is.
The
and
TV
so
for $100.
It incentivizes people to wait in line and to get there. And, and now it's just different because the online presence, the online reach is so huge. You're not marketing to your town.
Yeah.
You're marketing nationally. So it's just like, oh, well, everybody's doing it on this day. So I'm going to start a day earlier.
Right.
And then everybody's like, oh, well, they're doing it a day. So I'm going to do a day before them. Next thing you know, you're starting Black Friday in August.
Yeah. Yeah. I never ever went to the stores on Black Friday.
That was the only time I ever did it.
Ever.
It was that 1 year. And by doing it, I was like, I'm glad I've done this in my life and I will never do this again.
Yeah.
But that's the website, people at Walmart. The best time to look is right after Black Friday.
Yeah.
And watching all the videos. Yeah. Like, would you ever get in a fight with somebody in a store over a discounted product?
Only a defensive fight. I would never start that fight.
Yeah.
But I can only put up with so much
bullshit.
Which I'm gonna change my answer. I'm gonna say no, which is the reason I don't go into the store on Black Friday.
Yeah.
Right. Because I'm not gonna be that person.
No.
Either on the defensive or offensive side. I'm not gonna be in that situation.
Nope. I'm just removing myself.
Yep.
So it never happens. Yeah. I'm in the same boat with that. Yeah, I couldn't imagine trying to get in a fight with somebody over like a TV.
No.
Like fucking have it, dude. Like, I'll wait for the next one.
I remember a couple of years ago, Best Buy was having a sale on some piece of camera equipment, and I was like, I can order it online, or I can just go to the store that was right up the street.
Right.
And I was like, all right, I'm really impatient right now, so I'm gonna go to the store. I'm gonna weather the bullshit and everything. I walked in. You would have thought it was a fucking Wednesday in July.
Yeah.
Like it was just like nobody was there. I was like, oh, this is fucking awesome. and then I ended up like going around the store and everything. I remember coming home and Abby was like, was it super busy? I was like, no.
That's the only one in there.
I was like, honestly, probably one of their slowest days of the week, which makes sense because like everybody's like, I'll just order it online. I was just super impatient about it, but I was like, holy fuck, there's nobody here. This is insane, which is kind of nice. Maybe in the next few years, we'll see the sweeping of like people actually going in again. I don't know. Because it is way too convenient.
I feel like
Black Friday will turn into drone wars for package deliveries.
I feel like there's two stores that if you walk into on Black Friday, it's a shit show.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's Walmart and Costco.
Yeah. I can see that.
I feel like there's only two though. Like where else would you go on a Black Friday and there'd be 5,000 people,
Yeah, I don't know.
Shoot, I don't like going to Costco on like a weekday.
Yeah, like 1 PM. It's still a shit show.
I actually talked about this with my wife the last time we were there. I was like, Costco needs 2 separate hours. They need like 10 to 1, and that's for people that are like 60 years and older. And then after 1, it's fucking fair game because the amount of people that were just walking or stopping in the middle of the Costco lanes, I was like, I'm gonna lose it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna lose it.
There is no courtesy anymore.
There really is.
And people look at you weird when you are courteous.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I was in Costco the other day and people like were just walking down the main aisle. It wasn't even like the side aisles. And people like just stopped in the middle of it and had conversations. And there's people coming the other way. Yeah. So like traffic going that direction, nobody moved.
Yeah.
And so I just politely, I was like, hey guys, it's like, excuse me, I was like, can we get by? And they literally turned around, looked at me, and then like looked over my shoulder and saw probably 20 people behind me. And then looked at me and said, we're almost done. And it went right back into their conversation. And I was just like, I just need toilet paper. That's it. And so I just banged it down the side of the aisle and just went all the way. And I was like, it's the same thing. Like, I just need toilet paper. Why am I going to argue with this dude? Because he's fucking stupid and I just need toilet paper.
Now, if we were there together, tactically, we would block him in and he would never leave.
We'd block him in with pallets.
Yeah. We're almost done, sir.
Yeah. So sorry, we're just rearranging real quick.
John, I'm going to flank him.
We should just go do that for fun. Like, let's just go.
All you got to do is bring an orange vest and a pallet jack.
We can just print off, Justin Photoshop some Costco name badges for us.
Yeah. We can just go to the water aisle, pick up a pallet of water, and then just block it.
We're going to get the heaviest, bulkiest things. Like, I'll just grab a fridge on a cart and be like, oh, sorry. Hold on just 1 second. I'll be right back.
But maybe you should have just moved over.
Or we wait till they go down the aisle and we just block both ends of the aisle.
That's what I mean.
I would just like box them in with pallets, but
yeah,
we'll lock them in on an aisle and just leave. Yeah.
So have y'all seen some of the newer stores on the push carts? They have the proximity locks on the wheels.
What?
So if the cart leaves the lot of the store, it just locks the wheels. It keeps people from just walking off with them.
Okay.
They make these things called I think it's called a flipper, but you can like hijack signals. So I just want to go into Costco and someone's an asshole like that. I just want to be like, okay, and then just like hit the button and lock their full cart of all their bullshit and be like, you take as much time as you need, man.
I'll go around.
Yeah.
Don't mind me.
Nah, but Costco, fucking separate hours. I'm telling you, make everybody, or incorporate like road lanes into the shit.
Well, no, normal people would assume that there's road lanes in an aisle.
That's how I
right? Like that's how.
I don't think it's a Costco problem. I think Costco's crushing it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They're very efficient. They're very well set up.
It's the only problem at Costco.
I think it's a user issue.
Yeah.
This is true.
You know, it's because Costco is like, how else can we make this? Like we don't even have shelves. You just walk down and pick your shit off a pallet. Right. And by the way, we have $1.50 hot dog and we have 14 checkout counters. And then people are like, oh, okay, yeah, we'll fuck this up. And then they do. Yeah. My favorite is they have the self-checkout and then they have, all their actual checkout people. And the line for self-checkout like goes halfway down the building.
Yeah.
And there's like open registers on the other side. Then it's like, is that where we're at today as a society? Like you will wait in line to avoid interacting with another human being?
Sometimes that's me. I'll be honest. Sometimes that's me because sometimes when you interact with a human being, it goes bad.
But like usually the person that's like checking out, like whether it's a grocery store or Costco or something like that, like it's the polite normalities. Hey, how you doing? Oh, good. How about you? Yeah, good. Find everything? Yeah, I did.
It's usually not that person though. It's usually the person in front of you.
Oh, okay.
That has to interact with that person.
Yeah.
One of the few times I always use self-checkout is at Walmart. That's just because I could have 2 items or 100 items and it's still faster than going through the normal checkout lane.
At Walmart, that's true because they don't put people in the lanes.
Baffles me.
It baffles me too.
Why do you have 50 checkout lanes and only have 2 fucking cashiers?
I have a bone to pick with Walmart.
Ooh, let them have
it. And it's with their greeter who also double checks it doubles as a
security.
A receipt checker.
Yeah.
Right. And so if you go through the self-checkout and you have a cart, when you get to the door, the guy's like, oh, sir, hold on. Can I see your receipt? And so my first question always is, well, why? Well, it's because you use self-checkout. Okay. So why do you need to see my receipt? Well, I just need to make sure that everything was rung up.
Yeah.
Well, I don't work here. So it's not my responsibility. It's not.
Right.
There's no contractor agreement that says that I have to scan every fucking thing that's in my cart. I'm not an employee here. You know what I mean? So what? And I'm like, no, I'm not showing you my receipt. Like it's just out of principle.
I've handed a Costco employee a Tractor Supply receipt. Because I put the receipt in my pocket. I pulled the wrong one out, right? And he literally looked at it and gave it back to me and said, thank you.
That is a checker for the people.
He's next time you do that, you need to bring gold stars and you need to give a gold star to the greeter. Be like, you're doing great. Keep up the good work, buddy.
Seriously, when he gave it back, I put it back. I'm like, okay.
You're like, no way.
Yeah.
Well, what's funny is at Costco, or no, just the carts go on the other side. I was going to say, don't you just like give them the cart? I couldn't remember. We usually only get like 2 things.
You can do both. You can walk up and just slide your cart and then they'll unload and scan it. Yeah. Or you can half unload the little stuff and leave the big stuff in the cart.
Yeah.
Now, have you been to HEB lately and used the little scanners as you're shopping?
Oh, yeah.
That's pretty fucking
cool.
Nice.
That's pretty cool. They also have another one where it's like
it's an app.
I'm going to say, I don't know if it is what it is or not, but it's AI. And you literally just like, if you just have a basket, not a whole cart,
right,
and you just set your basket down and it somehow knows what's in it. And it's like, oh, your total is this much. And you don't even have to scan anything.
Right.
I was just like, oh, this is cool.
When Abby and I were in an apartment, the closest HEB to us had it was like Scan and Go or something. But you literally, like, as you were walking the aisles, if you were like, I'm getting this box of cereal, you had the app on your phone, you scanned it and you put it in the cart. And then when you got to the thing, you hit like checkout on your phone, it'd give you a barcode and you'd scan that barcode and it'd ring up everything. And then you'd hit pay now and you're out the door. I was like, oh, y'all hit the jackpot on this one. Did not miss. This is gold. Yeah. But there's, I saw, I think it was in maybe Colorado or something, but it's a convenience store where you don't check out. You like tie like your credit card information to it, and you walk up and you grab your drink and your snack and your shit. And as you walk out the door, it scans everything. It somehow scans everything and then just charges your card. Or it's an Amazon.
They're Amazon.
Yeah, it's an Amazon like convenience store. It's fucking.
And I can't remember how it worked. I think it has something to do with you either had like a wrist thing or it linked to your account that's on your phone. Like somehow it knew who you were and all your information. Like it was a really cool system. I remember hearing about that a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, good luck. And then now you look around at the world and you're like, oh, this worked. Yeah.
Yeah. So you enter a gate, use the Amazon app or credit card, and then you shop. You just pick up your stuff. And then when you're finished, walk through the exit gate. You'll only be charged for what you take.
Wow.
So the hack here is you just eat everything there. Get your drinks and then walk out. You're not taking anything.
You know, that's one thing I never understood about grocery stores. There are trash cans all over the place. Why is there a trash can in a grocery store?
I don't know.
What do you have to throw away? Whatever you decided to eat. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Very true. Yeah. Whenever I see you're walking the aisles and you'll see just like an open box of something, I'm like, you're fucking piece of shit. Yeah.
I do love when I'm going through grocery stores and I see that decisions were made, you know? And it's like, you see like a carton of eggs in like the junk food section and you're like, oh yeah, they made some decisions here.
My favorite is going through like the beer aisle, just all the random shit that's next to all the beer. And you're just like, someone had to make a hard choice, but they made the right one.
Do you, have you seen that in cigar lounges?
What's that?
Like if you walk through a humidor and you're looking at, you know, the inventory that they have on the shelves, all their different cigars and different brands and everything. And then you like see random cigars where they're not supposed to be. Oh, like it's a different brand in a different box or something like, you know, it's the same thing. Decisions were made. And it's just like, oh, come on. Somebody's got to go back and clean that up. I don't think I've made any interesting decisions like that. Or I've just left something else somewhere.
I have one time.
Yeah.
Because we were checking out and I think Michelle grabbed the same thing I did and we didn't need.
And you're like, don't need that.
I have a question for you guys. Yeah. Since we're on the topic of this, when y'all get a cart, do you return it to the little cart station?
Yes.
Every time.
If not, bring it back.
So y'all are good people.
Yeah.
I just wanted to make
I am all about those videos.
Shout out cart narcs.
Yeah. I'm to the point where when I park in a parking spot, I'll make sure I center my truck in it. Like I'll back up and do the extra effort.
Yeah.
Just, well, for one, I drive a big truck, so it helps.
You have to, yeah.
But just like, don't park like a dick.
Right.
You know, take the 8 seconds it takes to make sure you're not crossing the line or, you know, you get enough room to let the person next to you in. Like,
yeah,
be nice to your neighbors.
That does drive me up a wall. Like, especially like I'll go to the grocery store and I'm the type of person that I park in the back.
Yeah.
I park where there at least open spots on either side of me.
Right.
And I'm like, all right, this is my spot. I don't care if I have to walk or whatever.
Yeah.
But when I come back and there's some fucking asshole that's like right on my goddamn door, I'm like, I want to slash your tires. Like I do. Like every fiber in my being says, do it. Just do it. Like I'm listening to the devil on my shoulder. Oh, it drives me fucking insane. Or when you find a spot and you're like going to pull into it and there's a fucking cart in the middle of the spot and you're like, like anger just consumes me instantly.
You want to touch on some current event stuff?
Sure.
Okay. So Nancy Pelosi tried to say that less people came into the country illegally under the Biden administration.
Okay.
And she got fact checked. I mean, obviously, but like, how do you?
It's a bold statement.
Yeah. How can you think you can say that?
Yeah.
You know? And I think her quote, I don't think we were clear enough by saying fewer people came in under President Joe Biden than came under Donald Trump, Pelosi told the New York Times during a recent interview. It's clarity of the message, and if that's what Senator Bernie Sanders is talking about, and that's what Senator Joe Manchin is talking about, we weren't clear in our message as to what things are when I agree with that. And so it's a whole bunch of word salad as well. But the Washington Post fact checked it. And they said that it was documented fact that at least 4 times as many migrants entered the United States under Biden than under Trump.
The key word probably being at least.
Yeah.
It has been very entertaining watching all the finger pointing going on after the election.
Well, like I can just go down and read the headlines and it's just hilarious.
I don't think it was fair how, never mind.
Let's see. Dems rip military veteran chosen as Trump's national intelligence head after she ditches party for GOP. There's still House races that haven't been called.
Yeah.
Which is insane.
Yeah.
Democrat unseats GOP incumbent in toss-up House race, narrowing majority. Okay. FBI arrests terrorist suspect alleged ISIS ties for plotting slaughter from apartment in U.S. And they dubbed that a 9/11 style attack.
Right.
We're talking about Trump's picks. Pelosi fact check. Kevin O'Leary gets candid about CEO's claims of political retribution after FBI raid. The View not changing course following Trump's victory. It's just hilarious. It's just like, I don't know. It's news. They get paid by views.
Yeah. I don't know. I have a feeling though, if you're part of that legacy media, that you're going to have to change your tune, or you're going to be, out pretty quick.
And then it has political cartoons of the day. This one is great. It's Kamala Harris sitting on the corner with a sign that says help, holding out a thing for change, and a sign saying Kamala's campaign deficit 20 million. Please help. And then the guy walking by goes, how's that Bidenomics working out for you?
I heard that, I think it was like 2 or 3 days after the election was called, how they started asking for donations was through the text message, the SMS text messages. They sent out a text that was like, the fight isn't over. And it's like, nope, it's over. Like now you're just broke.
Yeah.
What are you smoking? What were you smoking?
50 Garrison.
50 Garrison.
Yeah.
I'm on a Sumatra like usual.
I haven't smoked a Garrison in a minute, so
yeah,
it was a good change up.
They're delicious. We get a factory trip coming up.
Yeah.
We're actually bringing our content guy on this one. Yeah. So we're going to be able to film a whole bunch of fun stuff. And yeah,
it should be good. I'll be running the show by myself, so
right. We got some new packaging that has made it into the wild.
Yes,
starting to trickle out.
Yeah.
We have a couple blends and sizes of our new bands and boxes that are
eventually going to replace all of our core line stuff with, but we have to trickle out the rest of our inventory that we have of the old stuff, so it can't happen all at the same time. But you'll definitely know what the popular sizes are by seeing which new stuff comes out first.
Right.
It's mostly going to be Toros.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Toro followed by Robusto.
Yeah.
It's interesting when it comes down to cigar sizes and selections. Because it's like obviously Toro is the our number one seller for size
by probably double anything else.
And followed by Robusto, and then 660.
Yeah,
which is kind of interesting.
I don't know. 660 is pretty popular anymore. Yeah, I would say that's a no-brainer, easy third place.
Yeah. And
Double Corona we're discontinuing because it just isn't very popular.
No, it's not.
Some people love it.
Yeah.
But overall, it's, very little bit of our sales. And if we can get rid of those SKUs, it frees up cash to do other stuff, right?
Well, and it frees up shelf space.
Yeah.
In a humidor for another, size that, more people would like.
Yeah. What do you think's next? Corona, probably? No, probably Minutemen.
That for
popularity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'd have to run numbers on the Minutemen because I think that they might be more popular than
the 660.
Yeah.
Yeah.
By individual cigar, not by how they're sold. Yeah. And I think that's just because more people have less time.
Yeah.
That's because that Minutemen size, it's a 4x44. It's a 25-minute smoke, but it's all long filler. It's a normal cigar. It's just, the equivalent of a dog walker.
About as small as we could go and keep it premium.
Yeah.
So,
and when it's hot and when it's cold, they're perfect.
Yeah.
Or if you don't have much time, and that way you're not, leaving half a cigar sitting in an ashtray.
Right.
That pisses me off sometimes.
Yeah.
Especially if it's like a good cigar.
Yeah.
And then whatever comes up and then I got to set it down. And I'm like, oh shit. I want to finish this.
Our least popular is probably Lancero, but everybody loves Lanceros. Nobody will buy a Lancero. Mm-hmm. It's a true thing.
Yeah. The Lanceros you have to learn how to smoke them.
Yeah.
And I think that's why a lot of people don't like them.
Yeah.
Because it's not like smoking a regular size, like a Toro or especially like a 660.
Yeah.
You gotta, ease your draws, spaced out a little bit more often. You don't want to get it too hot.
If you smoke it too fast, it'll get too hot.
Yeah. But you don't want to go too slow where it goes out and you have to relight it.
Yep.
And it's just
when's the last time you had a Lancero?
Oh, it's been I brought one when I went on the dive trip.
Okay.
Because I knew I wasn't going to be smoking that much. And so I was like, when I do smoke this, I want it to be a flavor bomb. And being on a super clean palate. And I was just like, that's going to be fun. That was the last time I had. And that was
2-3 months ago.
End of September, beginning of October.
Okay. Yeah.
A month and a half, almost 2.
It's probably been 3 months since I had a Lancero.
Yeah. It's not because I don't like them. Like half my humidor at my house, my one that I actually smoke out of, half of the cigars in there are Lanceros. And it wasn't by design. It wasn't a sourcing them out.
I would say for us here, while we're working, a Lancero is going to go out 40 times.
Oh yeah, I can't.
Yeah.
That's why I do double Coronas.
Yeah.
And I know you've been doing a lot of 660s just because, you can smoke that cigar for 3 hours, a couple relights, and it's okay.
I can be smoking a 660, set it down, write an email, and pick it back up, and it's not out.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like
yeah.
A Lancero, you have about 3 sentences that you can type before it's out.
I can't get a paragraph.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's funny that, at least for us, that the size that we smoke has changed over the years, not because of the flavors or what we're trying to get out of the cigar, but because of what we're doing.
Well, another thing that I like Corona size, but the reason I don't smoke them is because I go to the back, right, and I look and I see what we have the least of, which is we have the least quantity of Coronas in the humidor
and Lanceros, yeah,
but we still have more than we, we sell them so much slower than a Toro. I should probably smoke the Coronas.
Seriously. But,
yeah. We can have a whole shelf full of Toros and it'll be gone before 10 boxes of Coronas. So
that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's got to be a 10-to-1 ratio at least.
Probably.
Yeah. At least. Probably a 20-to-1.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
The Coronas are ones that whenever I see like someone put in an order for Coronas, I'm like, fuck yeah. Like,
I appreciate it.
Good call here.
Yeah. He knows.
I appreciate it because I know what they taste like and they're delicious. Mm-hmm. Is there a cigar that's out there that you will only buy a certain size of?
I don't think so.
There isn't for me.
No. Like I look at some of the like cigars that aren't our brand that I like to smoke.
I like to smoke the different sizes that they have to offer.
But usually when you go into some place, they don't have all the sizes.
No, they only have 2 or 3.
So you smoke
if they have.
Yeah, you smoke what they have, right? So I don't know. No, I don't care.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you lean more towards if 2 cigars are if a cigar is on a shelf and there's 2 different sizes and one's a box press and one's not, which do you lean towards?
Ooh. I usually go to the box press, I think, because we don't have a box press.
Right.
So I like to smoke them.
I like the mouthfeel of a box press.
I do too. We should
how
do a box press.
Yeah. We have in the past on some LE stuff. Yeah.
But say I go into a store and they have a Robusto and a 660, I'm going to buy this 660.
Yeah. Because
I know if I go into a lounge, I'm going to be there till I smoke it.
Right.
Right. So I'm like, well, I might as well buy one instead of 2 of these.
Yeah.
You know,
I usually, for me, I'm the opposite. If it's a Robusto and a 660, I'll gravitate towards a Robusto and then look for something else.
Oh yeah.
You know, and it almost makes me buy a second.
Yeah.
You know, because if there's a Toro, I would just get that.
Yeah. If there's a Toro and a 660, I'm buying the Toro
all day.
Yeah. Yep.
But I'd rather go for the Robusto and try something else as well than get that 660. That's just me because every time I walk into a humidor, it's not like, oh, what do they have? It's what haven't I had?
Yeah, yeah. I got you.
You know, what's new or what's unique or what haven't I had in a while or, you know.
Yeah.
And then if it's just like, oh, they have this. Okay, well, I've had that and I've had this size. So let's try this size. I haven't had this one yet.
Yeah.
You know.
And if I'm buying more than one, most of the time I'll buy a new one and then one that I know that I like.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
So if I don't like this one, I can
like, oh, whatever. At least this one's good.
So,
yeah. It's funny, like, you know, the little nuances that you notice over years of you know, walking into humidors and doing this. Because you had asked me when we started Warfighter, the same question that we just did. I'd be like, well, I don't know. What brand is it?
Yeah.
You know, because to me at the time it mattered.
Yeah.
You know, oh, this cigar, I like these ones in larger ring gauge. These ones I like, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah. And like there's brands, right, where I don't like some of their cigars, but I love some of their other cigars.
Right.
You know, like, so brand, I'm not going to like, oh, I will never smoke that brand.
No.
Right. There's not a brand that's like that for me. Maybe a couple, but very few.
In the ones that we're hinting at are ones that they're not like big prevalent things you're going to see in every humidor. They're more, you know, smaller batch type stuff that the quality is just interesting.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, and then there's not
like that.
And I'm not like, oh, I have to smoke that brand. You know, like I know a lot of customers are, oh, I have to smoke that brand.
Has there ever been a brand where a cigar ruined the brand for you?
No, not ruin the brand.
There is for me.
Yeah.
Hammer and Sickle.
That didn't ruin because I like some of their other cigars.
Really?
Yeah, yeah.
I could after I smoked that Pete Moss one, I couldn't get myself to smoke another Hammer and Sickle cigar. No, and that's my fault because I probably do like something else they have.
Well,
that cigar is so bad.
They're not in business anymore now. But yeah, no, I liked some of their other stuff for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll have to go through my aging humidor is what I call it now because I found some unique stuff that's been in there for years aging that.
See, I'm not like you in that aspect. If I have,
it wasn't on purpose.
but if I have something that's not our brand, I smoke it.
Mm-hmm.
Like I have very few other branded stuff that I haven't smoked.
So this was right when I got that humidor.
Yeah.
The only thing I had in it was Warfighter.
Yeah.
Because like you were just saying, if I'm getting other brand cigars, then I'm getting them to smoke. I'm not getting them to sit on them.
Yeah.
And so it was, it's a 2,000 count cabinet style humidor. And so one whole side of it, because it had 2 doors, one whole side is all Warfighter stuff.
Yeah.
Like I got some Minuteman, I got, you know, Toros, Robustos, some random stuff. Some, you know, the limited edition stuff that we've done years past that I'm like, I don't ever want to, I just need to save these, you know, they're in there. And so the other side was just completely empty. And I'm like, well, fuck, I'm going to start acquiring cigars more than just what I'm smoking, you know? Yeah. And so then I started, you know, over, I don't even know, probably a year. Every time we did an event or went into a store, I'd always get what I'm going to smoke. And then I get like a couple extra.
Right.
just so I could take them home, throw them in a humidor, and then, I'll figure it out from there. The cool thing about doing it like that, though, was that whole side of the humidor is filled with phenomenal cigars because it's all stuff that like, I really like this, and now they got like 4+ years of age on them.
Yeah.
Like I might have opened that humidor maybe twice a year.
We should start doing that with Warfighters, like grab a box and then just
date it and
date it. And then, okay, this is one we're going to smoke in 5 years,
Right.
And
because
of that Sumatra.
I brought in a couple of our Sumatras that have been in there for, almost 5 years now. And normally our Sumatra is a little bit on the lighter end, flavor or strength wise.
Yeah.
Pretty mild. It's got really good flavors, but it doesn't have like a lot of pepper and spice.
Yeah.
It doesn't have, the strength side of it. But so I pulled these 2 762 field Sumatras out that have been sitting in there for like almost 5 years. And just looking at the cello, and it was like tinted brown. And I was like, ooh. But they had some spice to them.
Yeah.
And they had a little ass to them.
Yeah.
They're really good. Yeah. So I'm interested the rest of because I have all the blends have been in there.
Right.
So I should just start bringing a blend in a day for us to smoke and see how it goes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. Cause usually like in our humidor now, it's kind of the first in is the first out. So we don't really age, like super age anything like that, that's in the humidor.
Honestly, the double Coronas have
the most
age. Yeah. So some of the double Coronas you get, if you're getting them off the website, they have a couple of years on them.
Yeah. Yeah. We haven't ordered new ones in a long time.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Well, I don't know much else.
Yeah.
Wrap this up.
Cool. Justin, you got anything else for us? Anything we're forgetting?
No. If you do want to try the double Coronas, they're on sale.
Clearance sale.
Clearance sale.
Clarence.
Yeah. So head over to warfightertobacco.com.
Yeah.
There's a little sale tab, or under the cigars tab. You can find them there too. And try out the double Coronas.
And if you're waiting for that one sale a year for the whatever item it is that you're looking at, or if you're looking at an item and you're like, maybe someday.
Yeah, like that ashtray is so expensive.
The ashtray,
right.
Some of the rut cases, even if you just need to get boxes, Black Friday is around the corner.
Yep.
And you don't want to miss it.
Yeah.
We'll be doing email campaigns. We'll be doing social media blasts.
I think we actually lose money on the ashtrays on that Black Friday sale.
We don't make it.
Yeah.
No.
So.
Everyone's, we'll talk about the ashtrays for a second real quick before we go. One of the biggest complaints we get about the ashtrays, until somebody actually owns it, is the cost.
Yeah.
What they have to spend to buy them. It's a 120 millimeter shell.
Fired out of an Abrams tank.
Yeah. Well, they are once fired. Every single one of these has been fired. And then we purchase them from the military, get them cleaned up, cut out the cigar rest, put our logo on them, recoat the inside after the machining. And so there's a lot of labor that goes into it.
Well, and there's only one source.
Yeah.
These are definitely made in the United States.
So when we first started doing these, when we started Warfighter, it was like, these are the most badass ashtrays on the planet.
Yeah.
And then over the years, just like everything else in this country, inflation.
Yeah.
Cost of goods has gone up.
Well, that and they're heavy. They're 7 pounds a piece.
Yep.
So
shipping costs.
Yeah.
But so what we've realized with these ashtrays is, if our business was solely selling these ashtrays, we're giving the manufacturer or the company that does the machining, we're giving them a $20 bill and they're giving us a $20 bill back.
Yeah.
And then we sell it and we get that $20 bill and then we hand it back and we buy another ashtray, and it's just a revolving $20 bill that goes all around. We could raise the price on it and then people would, be like, oh, it's even more expensive now. And so it's just something that we offer because it's
so cool.
The most badass ashtray that is on the planet.
Yeah.
And we will keep the price down as long as we can keep our costs down, so we're not losing money every time we send one, but we're also not trying to make money on it.
Yeah. But the margins are thin, and the Black Friday sale, we're probably not making much.
We would much rather have you have an ashtray and us get the $20 back.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're a little bit over 7 pounds.
But if you're concerned about World War III, if it ever happens, the one good thing you can look forward to is we will sell Chinese-made ashtrays that were maybe once fired.
I would like to sell ashtrays that are made from Chinese tanks.
Oh yeah, there you go. That's a better idea.
Not the rounds, the actual right. That would be cool as shit.
Yeah,
be like, oh yeah, this one's from Mississippi. You know what I mean? This one was from the Battle of San Antonio. Yeah, that would be kind of fun. But yeah, and then the other reason to get one of these, if you live in Tornado Alley, and you want to maintain your patio furniture in your backyard, just get one of these and set it on it, and you'll be all set. Yeah. Your house might not be there, but your ashtray will still be. Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah. Well, on that note, we're gonna get back to work. Thank you guys for listening to everything. Jump on over to warfightertobacco.com. Check out all the things that you want to get on Black Friday. And then stand by for all the Black Friday goodness. Yep. We will have some interesting specials and deals going on. We'll have our typical Black Friday discounts. We may or may not have some free products that you can get. It's going to be our best Black Friday yet.
Cool.
We learned a lot over the past 8 years. Yeah, and if you're in Colorado Springs, come see us tonight. Other than that, we'll talk to you guys next week.
Yeah.
Cool.
All right.
Cheers, buddy.